Show me the money.
Oh my gosh. It's not all about the money, Richard.
It's all about the
No.
money.
Oh my gosh. No.
Money.
Some people like other things. And you'll see what we're going to talk about.
I'm Rich G.
I'm BJ Flagg, and this is episode 193, Invest in Talent to Grow Your Business. So, if you don't keep your best employee, your best people, they're going to leave.
Yeah.
There you go.
And that is a rule for every business owner. If you don't treat your best people right, they're going to leave. And what I'm starting to see happening a lot after we're coming out of COVID now is that people that have been biding their time, people are leaving. And I'm talking to business owners and they're like, oh yeah, I just lost my best person. And I go, You haven't been treating them nicely or something. So you have to reward them in some way to show them that you appreciate their contribution to your business.
Yeah. And, too many business owners take their people for granted and then just whine when they leave. No, you could have done something. So, we're hoping that this episode kind of handles those people, turns your opinion around about things that you could easily do to help reward these amazing people.
It's so important because if you don't, you invest so much in your people, and to start from zero not only costs your company a lot of money, but time and effort and sweat. And it's no fun trying to replace one of your best workers.
Oh, that is so true. Absolutely. So give us tip number one.
Tip one is, who are the most valuable people on your team? That's the first thing. You need to really sit back and take a good look at your entire team and who are the people that consistently help you drive your business. They're the most valuable people. And then say to yourself, what would happen to you in your business if your top person suddenly left? I want you to think about that. I want you to think about what happens if that top person left today. What impact would that be to your business, your life, everything?
Right. And, really the ability for you to develop a system to segment your top people from the average employees on your team is not that hard. It's actually pretty easy. And if you do it on a routine basis, you'll have a nice flow as to how to identify those people and then begin the process of understanding what they might need.
And it changes. Sometimes it changes with different projects, different things. Some people might be really important on certain areas of your business. But if you start looking at your entire team and understanding who are your top performers, it allows you then to better understand what drives each of those top tier people. What's their fuel? What really drives them?
Yeah. And it could be, what's interesting is every time you do this, there's somebody who has a unique talent and pointing out that unique talent, but they're not talented in other ways. That's okay. Focus in on the unique talent. You'll be glad that you did that.
And the biggest thing is that it doesn't need, BJ is going to go into this in tip two, but sometimes they just need a small acknowledgement, like a little pep talk or a little accolade. But sometimes they might need something even more tangible that gets them through. And that leads us to tip two.
What would be their version of investment? Now, I'm saying that differently. I'm not saying what is your vision of investment. What is their vision? If COVID has taught us anything, showed us anything, people crave a certain work-life balance and are motivated by completely different things. Your entire team is motivated by different things. You won't necessarily invest in each person the exact same way. Just be prepared for that.
Yeah. And financial bonuses are not always the answer. Sometimes they want more technology for work, a new computer or a Wacom tablet, or days off to extend a vacation. And that's a great thing where they go, yeah, I'm going to take a week off in July and say,
Hmm.
you know what, Steve, you've really been crushing it. You know what, take a week and a half off. And, I'm going to add another 3 days to your vacation days because you've been, oh, wow, thank you.
Yeah,
And it surprised them. Last week, we talked all about sabbaticals,
there you
which are
go.
always good for the firm and for them.
Yeah. And, depending on what tier in the company these people are at, you could offer additional education as one of the incentives. A lot of the up and comers, you'll see these amazing diamonds in the rough that really appreciate this. It can be in the form of online courses, it could be contributions to their masters. There's just so many things you can do as far as education. And it comes back in spades to the company. Absolutely an amazing investment.
Yeah, I always say this to companies that, like, well, what happens if I pay for their education or class and then they leave right after? I go, it's not like when they get the diploma, they're instantly smart. It's a
Right.
cumulative process. They're learning and bringing it to work.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. If you find a area of improvement that needs to be addressed with one of your people, say, look, it looks like financials isn't one of your strong points. Look, we've got a community college right over here. I'll pay for you to go there to take a class in business accounting. I'll pay
Yeah.
for it, and I'll even give you the time off for you to learn it. Would you like that? And
Yeah.
people are like, oh my God, sure, I would love that.
Right. And they look at it and they get it. They see that you're investing in them. So
Yeah.
it's hugely popular. The other one is mentorship. Would a senior mentor be an asset? The best compliment that you is to be asked to be a mentor for a person, and conversely, is to be mentored by a senior person. Most people benefit. Both sides benefit, which is amazing, and you can incentivize the senior to do with a benefit of some sort, and it's amazing the results of that.
Yeah, I actually get business like this where a company will hire me as a plus to coach people. Say, look, we're going to get you an executive coach, not because
Yes.
you're doing badly, you're doing great, and we want you to be energized and motivated. We'll pay for an executive coach, and I'm brought in, and it's a win-win because I'm motivating the employee and helping them get through obstacles. The company is getting a better worker out of it. So everybody's happy and it really
Yeah.
works out well.
Yeah. Oh, and what a great result. It's just always good.
And tip three, do you need to invest outside of your team to get the best talent? This is a tough one for small
This
business
is
owners.
hard.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because, well, I don't want to tick off my employee. And I go, well, this actually happened at one of the companies that I coach, where they finally made the decision to go outside of the company to hire someone, and they said the president goes, "It's the best decision I ever made."
Yeah.
So sometimes
Yeah.
you need to shake up the apple cart to get the results you require.
And maybe you just need to go in that different direction and your current people are holding you back. You just can't, after a little while, people kind of rise to their incompetence. You get to that certain point where you look around and you go, I don't have the right team. I
This
don't have the talent in here.
this is a common thing that happens in teams where C-level executives are being held back by their people because their people don't want to step out of their comfort zone. The owner, or the C-level person, has these visions of where they want to take the company, and their people are like, well, we really don't have time, we've got to get all this stuff done. They're focusing on production and not development, and so
Right.
you need to bring in new talent to grow your business. And that's a common practice in all types of businesses.
And you really need to make sure that give them your undivided attention, and power so that they can get stuff done and that your people know that you'll stand behind them 100%.
That is,
It's
BJ,
huge.
you're so right with that, because so many people hire someone and then they undermine them. And it's like, no, you have to stand behind this person, go, whatever Steve says goes,
Yeah.
whatever Mary says goes. And you set up the plan with Mary or Steve, but the minute you undermine them, your people
Oh,
are going to look at them as like they don't have the power, and we could just go back to the way we were doing things.
exactly. And you know what? If you lose a person or two, that was what should have happened.
Yeah.
Yeah. Don't get upset about it. It's what should have happened. And you'll be all stronger for it. So the last tip is really how was the result? I always like to, whenever we're kind of instituting a new plan, I always want to have that end um, statistical review of how did we do. Um, you know, did you get positive feedback? Did you get the results you were hoping for? I really want people to track that investment, just like you would track a different type of investment in your company,
Yeah.
be it a financial or a technological. You would always be tracking those. This is the same type of thing.
Yeah. And how did your people respond to the investment? See, and that's the funniest thing. When you upset the apple cart and you change something, did they feel entitled by it, or did they expand your business? What was the actual result?
Yeah.
Sometimes when people get jumbled, you start to see the underperformers leave. And that's sometimes the best thing that could happen.
Right. And what's also interesting is to watch unexpected results occur.
Yeah.
You did something, you invested, in a specific person, and they bloom and actually go into a completely different direction in the company. Still
Yeah.
super strong. You have to be ready. Something like that could happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Um, and then, would you do anything differently? It you're making an investment. Would you do anything differently? Where did you get that biggest benefit? So yeah, they're all good questions.
yeah, it's funny because sometimes you'll do something that you think is just a grand slam, and it really doesn't make an effect with your team, and you're like, okay, I need to try something else.
Exactly.
So it's so our resource today is an incredible book I actually use all the time, and I recommend it to a lot of my managers that I coach. It's called The Coaching Habit: Say Less, Ask More, and Change the Way You Lead Forever. It is, whenever I say it's the Bible, this is one of the Bible books, business books. You need to get this book because uh, Michael Bungay Stanier, we call him the Mikester, drawing on years of experience training more than 10,000 busy managers from around the world in everyday coaching skills. The Mikester reveals how to unlock your people's potential.
And I think what is kind of cool about what he does is he sets up these 7 essential coaching questions to demonstrate how, by saying less and asking more, you can develop a coaching methods that produce great results.
Yeah. He has all these different questions, like the
Yes.
kickstart question, the lazy question, the strategic question, the foundation. There are all these ways that you will, instead of directing people, ask questions, and you're going to coach your people. So this is a great book. That's a great addendum to what we've been talking about today.
That's for sure. And that's it.
Sponsoring our podcast today is New Renew Brand Marketing. As a full-service brand marketing company, BJ's firm will act as your marketing partner to get your startup off the ground or your division to soar. Branding, messaging, websites, and support materials, BJ's team does it all. Go to newrenew.com. That's NURENU.com. Go check them out.
And are you looking to grow your business? You definitely need to speak to Rich G, who is our sponsor this week. Rich has helped hundreds of businesses thrive in bad times and grow in good times. Schedule a free 30-minute chat at richg.com and learn how Rich can energize your business. I promise he will deliver, he made me bring this down, at least one powerful idea to make your business zoom in 2021.
Absolutely. And thank you to our producer, editor, and king of creatives, Richard Scalzo, the man who makes everything happen with our podcast, bringing you the best small business podcast every Tuesday. Have an unbelievable week.
Catch you later.